It's hard to pinpoint the moment the wheels started falling off the wagon in my retail stores. Like Ernest Hemingway said when he asked how he went bankrupt, two ways, gradually and then suddenly. Since I was a little kid, I've wanted to work for myself. I had my first job when I was 10. I worked in the family blueberry and strawberry fields, filling pint and quart containers for 50 cents and $1 each. I liked having cash in my pocket, even back then. While my friends rushed off to college, I was trying to start my own business. Luckily, I was a pretty good bartender because for the first 4 years, that's the only way I made money. But then I hit on something. A friend's stepdad had spent 15 years running an auto parts store on the Driftway in Greenbush. The business was on a steady decline because Walmart and Napa opened stores in town within a year of each other. He was sick of the business and wanted out. The problem was nobody wanted to buy the dying business. But he did have another 5 years on the lease at a very good rate. This was 10 years ago. It was when the e-cigarette boom took off. E-cigs were supposed to be the safe alternative to smoking cigarettes. They were new. They were exciting. So I pitched him on letting me take over the lease. My plan was to gut the store and turn it into a smoke shop. Marijuana was legal in many states all over the country. It was only a matter of time before marijuana would be legal in Massachusetts. In the meantime, I'd sell an alternative to cigarettes, focusing on e-cigs and vaping. Business boomed. It went so well, I opened a second store, and then a third. I got my first lesson on the importance of systems since I couldn't be in all 3 stores at the same time. We figured that out and dominated our market for a while. I was making over $250,000 a year after paying all my expenses and taxes. Life was good until it wasn't. It didn't happen overnight, but we started to see a decline in sales month over month. 2018 was about on par with what we had done 2 years earlier. Problem was, we had another store we took over and a lot more overhead. Cash was tight. It was bad, but it would get worse. We started hearing about people getting sick and dying from vaping. Nothing happened to any of our customers, but I was paying very close attention. I started asking questions, and everyone was pretty much in agreement. The problem wasn't from reputable vape shops. The problem was from scam artists selling fake, harmful vape products on the black market. Emergency rooms were filling up with people having vape-related lung diseases. The death toll was climbing, and then the bottom fell out. On September 25, 2019, Governor Charlie Baker held a press conference. He announced a public health emergency in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. The governor was immediately banning the sale of all vape products for the next 4 months. The next 4 months? We couldn't make it 4 weeks, never mind 4 months, without any sales. Have you ever had one of those moments where your world freezes? Everything is in slow motion and you're wondering if it is real or is it a dream? Well, that's exactly where I was on Wednesday, September 25th at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Only I didn't wake up because I wasn't sleeping. As I felt the blood begin to flow back to my brain and extremities, I had a moment of absolute clarity. See, all the time I spent looking for answers to my business, nosediving, was about to pay off. One of our main suppliers is a company called Moon Hemp. They actually own a few different brands in the CBD space. I had a personal relationship with the owner of the company. He had been one of my sounding boards as I walked through different ideas on how to get my business back on track. Chris, the owner, kept telling me the future wasn't in vape, but in CBD oils, topicals, edibles, and capsules. He said because of the Farm Bill, hemp was now completely legal in all 50 states. The market was going to explode. Millions of Americans were using CBD on a daily basis, and about half the country had expressed interest in trying it. He said, unlike what you hear, CBD is not a miracle cure for everything that ails people, yet many people who use it regularly experience relief from anxiety and pain. Still, others say it helps them sleep better. The most widely reported benefits are for controlling seizures, though we make no medical claims. Blue Moon was a pioneer in the industry. They've shipped millions of products since 2016. They're a premier manufacturer with total quality control over every batch of product they produce. They have documentation that goes from seed to shelf. and it's available for anyone to see online at any time. The problem in the vape industry is there's no telling what the future looks like. More and more proposed bans on vaping continue to come out. The leadership at Moon Hemp saw this coming. They had thousands of vape and smoke shops in their network. They wanted to give them an alternative to vape and inhalable products. And that's what Chris and Blue Moon Hemp did for me. By 9 o'clock that night, I had a deal with him to convert my entire store into a CBD emporium. We'd feature Blue Moon, Swiss Relief, and 3 other brands they own. I'd have something for everyone in the market for CBD. Chris and Blue Moon Hemp supplied me with the plan, the products, the financing, and the terms that allowed me to pivot overnight. He saved my business. Now, a couple months into it, I couldn't be happier. I'm no longer lying awake in bed waiting for the other shoe to drop. I have a new lease on life, and 2020 looks like it's going to be another big year for us. They say what goes around comes around. I've always tried to be a good example of a local guy doing well and giving back. I'm proud to say I've got good friends and good business partners like Chris and Blue Moon Hemp and their entire team.